we asked him about, with children stuff going on in Hollywood. We asked him about the Illuminati, and all they could do is look at each other and walk off camera.
Who have apparently started helping him out with tasks like making his bed or cleaning his cell.
Saying that while he was sleeping at the MDC Brooklyn jail, somebody came and put a knife, pressed it to his throat.
That it was reported, you guys reported on it, all of the firearms that had serial numbers scratched off that were confiscated.
In one, Diddy is smiling in his gray knit cap, looking happy and relaxed.
Without all of his little special files and without all of his videotapes and without all of his blackmail stuff that he was using to keep people in line, is Diddy gonna be that powerful when he gets out?
Jaguar Wright has exposed Diddy's secret power scheme, and now it's downhill for him again. Getting his name dragged through the mud wasn't enough to put his nefarious plans to rest, considering he was bullying inmates into working for him and getting into fights. But he has an ugly surprise waiting for him. Jaguar Wright dropped some big secrets about the Illuminati, a society long rumored to have had major Hollywood celebrities, including Diddy and even Beyonce. Jaguar referred to Omar Gooding and Michael Fishman, saying those two wouldn't be able to expose the truth since they both wanted to continue in the industry.
We asked him about, with children stuff going on in Hollywood. We asked him about the Illuminati, and all they could do is look at each other and walk off camera.
Honest answer. Honest answer. Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
What were they supposed to say? I'm sure they both want to still work in some capacity. I don't give no fuck. I'm done with it all. I'm perfectly fine with it. I've made my peace with it.
She went on to say that she was the one who walked out and became a whistleblower at the cost of her career and potentially her life.
See, I hope their reaction or the antics that you guys have had to endure with your visits from Orlando Brown or watching the chicks who are still trying to become relevant sit there and try to undermine it while you can tell they're lying through their fucking apps. Like, I hope that all of that shit gives you guys a greater appreciation of talking to me.
Without question.
Cause see, I'm just gonna tell you the truth. No bullshit. I'm not gonna pull any punches. And I get to do that. I get to do that freely.
She has previously exposed the illicit things celebrities like Mary J. Blige had to do to get ahead in the industry, pointing out that when the entertainment industry was in its early form, an actress meant a prostitute, and she knew all this because she herself had to do it.
You want to know one of the reasons why I was able to put myself in position to get the deal that I got?
Yeah.
Because of my sex work.
Got
See,
it.
I had just enough dirt on the right person to get me past Hank Shockley, who was blocking me to protect Mary J. Blige's very fragile image.
So let me ask.
Listen to me.
Please.
Prostitute and actress meant the same thing in 1865. If you were called an actress, that meant you were a prostitute.
Talking about Diddy trying to run a secret scheme that got him ousted by the powers that be in the industry, former boxer Larry Rezio weighed in. Having been to prison himself, he talked about the situation and pointed out that everyone knew about the freak-offs for years.
I believe personally, he's going to a USP. Maybe, high chance that he's going to a USP because they don't like the fact that he beat all these charges. You know what I'm saying? I really believe Diddy made somebody mad and this stuff came out. You know what I'm saying? Somebody talked to high people, man. Look, man, they said it was something over some, he stole a deal or something. He tricked somebody out a deal or something. Next thing you know, he got the charges. Because look, think of this. Diddy, man, they knew about these freak-offs for years. Everybody was making fun of it. Oh, you ever been to a Diddy party? Oh, I ain't going to no Diddy party. Oh, yeah, Diddy party's wild. Diddy party's wild. Da-da-da. All these jokes and all these, you know what I'm saying? All these videos that came out, he kissing kids and, you know what I'm saying? So it never was no secret. But Diddy had somebody in the pocket, or he was locked in with somebody that was saving him. You know what I'm saying? And it just all failed. So now they attacking Diddy. And when they attack you like that, bro, they try to make a statement out of it. So I'm picturing them sending him to the feds, the federal penitentiary, which is going to be, he going into some problems in that joint.
Meanwhile, Jaguar didn't stop at talking about Diddy's alleged ties. She openly questioned how the trial was being directed, like a play with the jury conveniently forgetting about important evidence that was found by the feds on camera.
Wanna know what's funny? I'm still trying to figure out why nobody is in uproar at all about the fact that it was reported. You guys reported on it. All of the firearms that had serial numbers scratched off that were confiscated. But they just forgot about those. The whole world just forgot about those. We sat there and watched it on the news as they deployed on 3 specific residences that were all under his possession and under his control. It was stated that they found what? It was the feds that said that the baby oil had the G to the B to the G to the H to the B in it.
She tore open the ugly truth, pointing out that 50 Cent's Netflix documentary quite literally had scenes of Diddy's former lawyer, Mark Agnifilo, try to fix the case in Diddy's favor.
Yeah, no, the Diddy trial is going to have to get dissected.
We saw the footage. The footage that Curtis Jackson was, I mean, did he really get it? Or was it just the footage that the network got, that Netflix got?
Oh yeah.
They're still not even talking about that guy who was doing the filming that Diddy hired and the whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Mark Agnifilo isn't even being mentioned after the way he was exposed for misconduct in that documentary. No, he just went on to helping his wife represent Luigi Maggione, and people are acting like, you know, we didn't see any of that. Like we didn't literally hear him telling the boys how to fix cases.
Of course, no one's forgotten the documentary scenes where Diddy was trying to wash his image clean, as more and more lawsuits kept coming out against him.
This morning, never-before-seen footage of Sean Diddy Combs in the days leading up to his arrest in New York last September.
You want to put the stuff in my fanny pack, King?
The exclusive video obtained by Netflix shows Combs debating with his lawyers about strategy.
Listen to me. I'm going to get off the phone right now, and I am going to let you professionals look at the situation and come back to me with a solution. No matter what, no matter what nobody said. Let's just, here and there, y'all are not working together the right way. We're losing. I'm taking 8 nuclear bombs, you know what I'm saying, straight to the head. And I'm tired of going back and forth with y'all, with the lawyers.
That's just not true.
Okay, no. Let me tell you something. Let me say this. I'm not a referee. So I'm gonna get off the phone right now. Listen to me. I'm gonna get off the phone right now, and I am gonna let you professionals look at the situation and come back to me with a solution. No matter what, no matter what nobody said. Let's just, here and there, y'all are not working together the right way. We're losing.
Well, he says we're losing, but the reality is Mark Agnifilo, the person with whom he was speaking, actually won the case for him. This is a huge betrayal.
She exposed how the trial was fixed because the prosecutors purposefully dropped the case and only charged him for 2 counts, and completely ignored the previously discussed RICO case people thought they were going to go for, which would have actually put Diddy in jail for years. Except they didn't call Lil Rod to the stand at all.
Aiming too high? How can you say aiming too high? They weren't aiming at all.
They were looking for the RICO.
They weren't looking for the RICO. If they were looking for the RICO, they would have put Little Rod on the stand. That would have gave him the RICO. They would have put Eddie Kane on the stand. If they wanted the trafficking charges to go through, they would have actually put the evidence out there. If they wanted it to go through, they would have charged for the guns and for the pharmaceuticals. They would have done it. They didn't do it.
Yeah,
Want to know why? Because it wasn't about any of that. I got another theory. You curious?
Shoot.
She exposed the reason Diddy had to resort to even worse means to try and run a revenge scheme from jail. The trial was less about putting him away and more about putting him in his place by what you might refer to the illuminati of the industry.
It's not about putting Diddy in jail for years. It was about taking away all of his power. Everything that I said about those tapes is real. Everything that I said about all of the stuff that was on those tapes is real. Think about the amount of blackmail power Diddy had. And now that people are looking into all of his ties, for crying out loud, they're talking about there might be some tapes of him with people from the royal family. Matter of fact, the amount of blackmail evidence that he has sounds like it's about as extensive as Jeffrey Epstein. Without all of his little special files and without all of his videotapes and without all of his blackmail stuff that he was using to keep people in line, is Diddy gonna be that powerful when he gets out? They might as well have cut his balls off.
Before Jaguar Wright exposed the truth behind his time in jail, Diddy seemed to be quite relaxed despite being in prison. Photos were released of him smiling with other inmates, a far cry from how people expected him to be when he was literally being punished for his crimes.
And with every passing day, gets closer to freedom, even though it's still months away. These first photos of Diddy at the Fort Dix Federal Correctional Institution in South Jersey surfaced on TMZ over the weekend. In one, Diddy is smiling in his gray knit cap, looking happy and relaxed. Fort Dix is a minimum security facility. He's not in general population, but in a special housing area for inmates in drug treatment programs. Now, being in that program could also shave time off his 50-month sentence on transportation for prostitution charges. He's already getting credit for about 14 months behind bars. Now, while Diddy adjusts to his new location and new routine at the South Jersey facility, he and his legal team continue to appeal the 2 felony convictions.
Except soon after, he was busted for drinking toilet wine, though many stated that was probably the least disgusting thing he's done. And the kicker? This is after he justified beating up Cassie by saying he had a drinking problem that he had worked to improve.
Ciroc is distilled 5 times from the finest French grapes, or so it claims. Toilet wine, on the other hand, is a fermented combo of Fanta, sugar, and apples. And though there are many variations, they are all alcoholic, which is the point, and all strictly off limits in lockup. But TMZ is reporting that Diddy has been caught with the stuff this week, in fact. So, I mean, that's all serious stuff. I keep wondering about the sentence. Do you not think it's possible, especially since he campaigned, in his sentencing, that he was getting sober, he'd been working, on a sobriety at the MDC, and now he's at Fort Dix, and if this is true, if the report's true, might they say, well, screw it, you're not getting your 15% off your federal sentence?
Right, so it don't work like that, but every ticket in the feds, if it's a certain degree ticket, you will lose some good time. We call it good time. In New York State and federal prison is 2 different. You could actually lose your good time in New York State or any state prison and get your good time back. The feds, once you lose it, you can't get it back.
The worst part is that before Jaguar Wright effectively destroyed his scheme, it was revealed that he had been making fellow inmates do his dirty work for him even in jail. Apparently, old habits die hard, and he wanted to act mighty even in a dangerous prison surrounded by criminals. Maybe the worst part is that he actually managed to get them under his thumb, showing just how sinister his actual character is.
Diddy has allegedly befriended some of his fellow inmates who have apparently started helping him out with tasks like making his bed or cleaning his cell. Prosecutors allege Diddy is also using the phone accounts belonging to some of these other inmates. They say Diddy knows his phone line is being monitored, so by using the other phone lines, he hopes to keep his conversations private. According to court docs, Diddy is partaking in unauthorized 3-way calls as a way to send hundreds of texts, and some of these messages are apparently going to people on Diddy's no-contact list. The feds say Diddy has used the accounts of at least 8 other inmates, but they say he's doing more than that. They allege Diddy is also trying to corruptly influence witness testimony and taint the jury pool from behind bars. Prosecutors wrote, quote, "While attempting to invade law enforcement monitoring, the defendant has, among other things, orchestrated social media campaigns that are, in his own words, aimed at tainting the jury pool, made efforts to publicly leak materials he views as helpful to the case, and contacted witnesses through third parties."
Of course, once Jaguar Wright and others revealed the truth, his good days came crashing down even as his release date got closer and closer.
So the Can't Hold Me Down rapper is now expected to be released on February 23rd of 2028. So originally it was supposed to be in May of 2028. So in terms of what factors are being considered are, number one, how much time has he already served? Remember, before being sentenced, he had already done about a year, so he gets credit for that time. Secondly, has he done any programs while he's been in custody? So it's reported that he's a part of the residential drug abuse program. If he successfully completes that program, he can have even up to 1 year shaved off his sentence. Thirdly, in terms of good time, good conduct credit, you get about 54 days from every year that you serve that can be shaved off if you behave while you're in custody. I wouldn't be surprised if we see before 2027 that his time goes down even further.
Multiple outlets citing sources with knowledge of the matter say he was sent to solitary confinement after being involved in a fight at the New Jersey federal prison. One source told ABC News the altercation allegedly occurred when another inmate at Fort Dix Federal Correctional Institution made a remark to Combs, leading to the fight and the rapper's subsequent placement in solitary confinement.
Beat up a man. I was told, literally, the phone call was, hey, Diddy choked the man out. He was placed in solitary confinement yesterday, July 23rd, around 4 o'clock p.m. And he'll be there for at least 30 days is what I was told. I reached out to Diddy's team. At the time, they knew I was calling, but they still trying to figure it out. They said that they don't know either way, but they didn't dispute my phone call.
What happened though?
So all that I know and all that was mentioned to me, I don't know every detail. Literally, though, I said why. They said, sometimes people think that they can play with him. And I don't know if it's because of all of the reporting around the case or if it's because he's a big celebrity and, they think that he's used to being like protected. But I was told people think that they can play with him. And we've told people don't think that.
He might have won one fight, but soon after another inmate put a knife to his throat and he ended up having to be saved by a corrections officer. His cushy days in jail are apparently over and he's getting a taste of how miserable his life will be once he's out of bars as well.
During Diddy's sentencing hearing, and he said, I was sleeping in my bed in the prison. It's a federal detention facility in Brooklyn called MDC Brooklyn, and there are federal inmates who are in many cases waiting for their trial as well. And Diddy claimed that somebody held a knife to his throat. He woke up and this guy basically had him and he had the knife, and Diddy was at this person's mercy. Now, it's unclear what exactly happened from there. Was there a guard that came in? Did Diddy somehow fight this person off? Well, it seems unlikely that happened. Or did the person just leave? Bottom line, this guy, at least according to people close to Diddy and Diddy himself, could have hurt him badly or even taken his life.
Finally, Jaguar has previously dropped a bombshell about Uptown Records, where Diddy started out from, pointing out how suspicious it was that everyone except him was dead, including his ex-girlfriend, Kim Porter.
Uptown Records started with 5 people. Andre Harrell, I'll Be Sure, Heavy D, and Puffy. And Kim was the longest working employee because she was there from the very beginning. She was Andre's personal assistant. Kim is dead. Heavy D is dead. Andre Harrell is dead. The only 2 left are Puffy and Al almost died. Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting.
Kim's death is thought to have been orchestrated by none other than Diddy himself to keep her from leaking several of his secrets.
Heavy D was found dead, face down in the heart attack. Andre Harrell, heart attack. Kim died from pneumonia, but there's the first coroner's report that said that she died. It was ruled a homicide, and they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. They have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms. And then right after that, Al had a meeting, and I was going to meet up with him because we were in Vegas. And then the next thing you know, you want to know what they all had in common, though? The survivors and the late of Uptown Records, they were all writing tell-all books.
Will Diddy make a move against Jaguar Wright, or will she manage to keep herself safe? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and like and subscribe.